Hi guys, so I'm really excited about this video that I have for you today. Fran, or Makeup by Fran, and I decided to come up with our own tag video, which I've been wanting to do for a long time, so I was really excited about it. And we were going back and forth for a while, kind of trying to come up with ideas of what to do. And we finally decided on a drugstore makeup tag video. So this is the I Love Drugstore Makeup tag. Not only is it just listing, your favorite brands, your favorite products, but, some things that you don't really like as well, some things you haven't had good experiences with, because chances are if you love shopping at the drugstore, you have encountered some products that don't work for you as well. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of talk about both sides and show both sides of the coin. So I will be putting the link to her channel down below so you can check it out, and she's really sweet. She's like my Twitter buddy, so love her. And let's get right into the tag. The first question is, what is your favorite drugstore brand overall? And I would have to say Revlon, just because I think that Revlon has the most amount of different kinds of products that I like. I used to only go to that section of the drugstore for lip products and lip glosses and lipsticks, that kind of a thing. More recently, as you guys know, the foundation that I wear every day and I'm obsessed with is this Revlon Colorstay Whipped Cream foundation. And then the concealer that I wear every single day is the Revlon DNA Advantage, and also their eyeshadow quads, the Colorstay, I think it's the Colorstay 16-hour quads. I have a Halloween tutorial I just posted using Bombshell. I also have a tutorial from earlier this year using Seductive, which is this pretty purple one. I mean, they have amazing payoff. The shadows blend so easily. So now I can really say that Revlon is hands down my favorite drugstore brand. Yeah. The next question is, what is your favorite face, cheek, and lip products from the drugstore? So I already talked about my Revlon Colorstay Whipped and DNA Advantage concealer. And another amazing product from the drugstore that is it does a bunch of different things. It's a moisturizer, it evens out your skin tone, and it really brightens your complexion all in one. And this is the Garnier Skin Renew Miracle Skin Perfector BB Cream, and my shade is light medium. And I actually have a video all about this, and by the way, I'm going to link any videos I have associated with any of the products I'm talking about down below. So if you guys want to hear more about them or want to see how I use them, that's kind of a helpful thing, I think. I think the thing that blew me away about this was the fact that the texture of it, the way that it looked on your skin, the way that it wore throughout the day, reminds me of a much higher end product. It's just really nice. And I know some of these things, you may have tried them, they don't work for you. Everybody has different tastes and opinions, but it's a nice low maintenance product to have in your collection. And as far as cheek products, I would have to say these Wet n Wild blushes. They're the Color Icon blushes, and this one is Mellow Wine, and this is Heather Silk. So Mellow Wine is more of a peach color, and Heather Silk has more of a cool tone to it, so it's more of a blue-based pink. I always find myself blending these out with a kabuki brush after I've applied them, because I almost always apply too much because the color is just insane. The one I'm wearing today is Mellow Wine, this one, the more peachy shade. Favorite lip products. So like I mentioned before, Revlon, best lip products in the drugstore. That's just my opinion, but honestly, I have been using them for years, and I think that they just have the most classic, basic lines of lipsticks and lip glosses. I mean, the, what is it called? I don't want to say the Color Burst. The super lustrous lipsticks, those are just a really good staple to have in your collection. They've been around forever. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick in number 2, Pink Pout. This color is awesome. It's a matte pink, and it's just so pretty. Like, it's just perfect. I don't know. This is the Color Burst lipstick, which I love the packaging on these. I love the quilted texture on there, and the color indicator is always nice if you're just carrying it around with you. This is number 70, Soft Nude. This is one of the most flattering nude lipsticks I have ever come across. I think it's way more flattering than Myth or Creme de Nude by MAC by a landslide. So, lip glosses. The Super Lustrous line from Revlon, hands down, in my opinion, the best lip glosses in the drugstore. If you haven't tried these, you're missing out, kids. As with anything, there's going to be a few duds. So the next question is, what is your least favorite drugstore makeup product? Maybelline Illegal Lengths Mascara. Not a fan of this. I tried this a bunch of times. I feel like I did give it a fair chance, and I just didn't like it at all. I didn't even think that it lengthened my lashes at all. I feel like my CoverGirl Lash Blast Mascara, which is formulated, this is the Lash Blast Volume, just obviously geared more towards volumizing, does a better job at lengthening than this one. and it says it has like fiber extensions and all this craziness. Yeah, that one wasn't, that kind of fell flat for me. The next question is, what do you think is the best bargain at the drugstore? And I have to definitely go with these Wet n Wild eyeshadows, the Color Icon shadows. And the first one that I was introduced to was the big palette in Comfort Zone. And it's a collection of 8 shadows, really, really pretty colors. They're amazing. This is really inexpensive. I think it was like $4. I also have a few of the trios. This one is Walking on Eggshells. Everybody loves this. This is an amazing eyeshadow set. The colors are beautiful, and of course, the pigmentation is great, and the texture is really nice. It's just a really nice shimmer. It's a very wearable shimmer. I also have this one. This one didn't really do it for me as much as the others. However, this one is called I'm Getting Sunburn, which when you look at it, it is really pretty. The pink is a little bit too iridescent for me. It was just a little bit too much of a metallic shimmer. But check out this, you know, that being said, check out this brown. I mean, that's crazy, right? So for the money, I'm not sure. I think the smaller ones are maybe $3, $2 or $3. Don't quote me on that. Still very, very inexpensive. And they're great quality. So if you're on a budget, I would definitely check those out. So the next question is, what is your favorite underdog product from the drugstore? So in other words, a product that you think is really awesome, maybe an unsung hero, something that you love but you don't hear people really talk about too much. So my favorite underdog product is definitely these NYC Blushable Cream Sticks. I mean, I've heard people mention them from time to time, but not on as wide a scale as like Revlon Colorstay foundation, or you know, CoverGirl Lash Blast Mascara, something that is a cult, has a cult following. And I also chose these because I actually really overlook these a lot too. I kind of forget about them and I forget to use them sometimes, but they are just a really nice little product. And they're just these roll-up cream blushes. So these are really, really great to, you know, layer underneath your blushes and stuff. And I think that's why I haven't really been using them as much, because I have kind of gotten out of the habit of layering my cream blushes and my powder blushes, and I'm just like a little bit more low maintenance the past few months, for me anyway. But it's something that I can always go back to, and I do like playing around with them every now and then as well. The other thing is, a lot of times you can get a really good deal. They'll have like a buy one get one half off or buy one get one free with these, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, so the next question is, name something that you think is overpriced at the drugstore. You know, I have to say, even though I love this brand with all my heart, you guys know it's basically one of my skincare staples, I would have to say that Neutrogena makeup is very overpriced. I feel like, you know, the lip glosses, even the lip balm is like, the lip balm is insanely, it's just ridiculous. And I don't really care if it's really good lip balm, if it's in the drugstore and it's like $11, I don't really know how much it is, but all I know is that I probably would have bought it years ago if it wasn't so overpriced. You know, I'm gonna just kind of pass over it and say, okay, I'm gonna stick with my chapstick. Like I said, love their skincare, but I stay away from their makeup nowadays more just because it is a little bit more pricey. The next question is, what are some drugstore dupes that you really like? And I don't talk about dupes too much, but there are a few that I wanted to definitely mention. So back to this Wet n Wild blush in Mellow Wine. So this one is, there's a little swatch of it for you, and I realized why I like this so much, finally. This is actually a dead ringer for Pinch Me by MAC. So that is both of those blushes next to each other. Now, you know, they have some slight differences, but it pretty much gives you the same look. And Pinch Me is one of my all-time favorite MAC blushes, so it makes sense that I would love Mellow Wine so much. Another product that I think could be considered a dupe is the Revlon lipstick in Fuchsia, which I've talked about a lot. And this one looks so similar to MAC lipstick in Lickable. So look at these two side by side. This is Revlon and this is MAC. I mean, they look almost exactly the same. Okay, so Fuchsia is right here and this is Lickable, and Fuchsia is coming across a little bit darker on camera, so there's a slight difference, but I mean, it's pretty much the same look in my opinion. Fuchsia just has a little bit more depth to it, but they're very, very similar, and it gives you that same really bright fuchsia lip. And then the next one I wanted to show you is actually an eyeshadow that I just recently rediscovered, and I really, really love it. The Maybelline eyeshadow, the Expert Wear eyeshadow in Linen. And this is such a great highlight shade. It's a great blending color. It's nice to clean up the outer edges of your eye look. It's just so functional, and I love this one. It says it's a matte, but it actually comes across to me as more of a satin shade. But this is a little swatch of it, and I feel like it doesn't even come across as pigmented as it really is in the swatch. Well, actually that kind of does, but so there's Linen, and this shadow that I'm swatching right now is actually Mylar by MAC. So you can really see how similar those two are. I mean, they're basically both, you know, kind of a satin finish eggshell color. So it works exactly the same. It looks totally like Mylar, which is one of the MAC eyeshadows that I really do get a lot of use out of. So it's nice to have a little bit of a less expensive dupe for that color. The last question is, what is a product that you think is not worth the hype? It is definitely the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. Now, I don't think it's worth the hype, so I don't have one on hands, but I do have this clear version to show you. I use it as brow gel. So it's the same exact thing, it just has like a bright pink tube. My friends all through high school used to use that mascara. I always knew people who loved it, and I never quite understood it. It never really worked for me. It didn't really do anything to my lashes. It didn't lengthen them. It was kind of like clumpy. I didn't like the brush. So I think it's marketed as one of the most popular mascaras, but honestly, I just don't see it. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that product and some of the other products maybe that I've talked about in this video as well, because, you know, I know everybody has different tastes and different opinions, and I really hope some of you guys decide to do this tag video. So if you do, that would be awesome. You can always send me a link to the video on Twitter so I can see them, or, you know, obviously post a link down below as a video response, and I'd love to see your guys' version of this tag. And I tag everybody to do this, so anybody watching, feel free to do it. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!